there's a part of you that loves to do your hobby, right? There's a part of you that loves cooking. There's a part of you that loves sleeping. There's a part of you that loves eating. There's a part of you that has a relationship with your best friend. There's a part of you that is able to, I don't know, sit down and relax, right? There are tons of parts of you, and all of these parts combined make you up as a whole. All right? And two different people may have similar parts. You and a chef both have a part of you that loves cooking, right? And these are just examples. Maybe you don't love cooking, but bear with me. You and a chef both have the same part, right? You both love cooking. But the chef, that part of them is so much stronger or so strong that they've created a career out of it. Whereas you, that part of you that loves cooking is still there, but it's only strong enough to keep it as a hobby, right? And we can take this even deeper, right? We can take this into traumas, or we can take this into identities. There's a part of you that isn't confident. There's a part of you that is confident. There's a part of you that has a bad relationship with food. There's a part of you that finds comfort in substances, right? There's all these different parts of us that make us up as a whole. But oftentimes when we're feeling defeated, or we are feeling as if we are a failure, or we're feeling as if we're helpless or hopeless, we're looking at ourselves as a whole when we're thinking these things. And you can do it that way. Go ahead. If that helps you get along and get better, cool. But I encourage you instead to look at the part of you that has caused that feeling. So perhaps all of a sudden you're feeling as a whole like a failure because you got an F on a test, right? Let's just say that. It's not the part of you that loves cooking that is a failure because you got an F on a test. It's the part of you perhaps that procrastinates and procrastinated studying. Or it's the part of you that felt more inclined to obtain a social status by going to a party instead of studying, right? Identify the part of you that contributed to your feeling or experience currently, and then work on that part, right? Heal that part, identify it, and then speak to it or just address it kindly as its own thing, as if that part of you is its own self within you. Address it. I don't like this feeling of failure that I am experiencing right now, all because you decided to be so strong one day that we procrastinated on studying, or because you felt so inclined to seem cool and go to this party rather than study, right? Address these parts, okay? That's a very powerful way to begin healing the parts of you that you'd like to change or differ or heal, right? But you can also go the opposite way too, right? There's parts of you that are too big, right? And you need to scale them back a little bit in order to feel good as a whole. For example, most people have a part of them, no matter how big or small, that loves to nurture, right? We like to care about people, and we like to take care of the people we care about. And so when we have these parts, and I don't know where I was going with that. Let's go back a minute. And so someone may have this part that cares so much about nurturing that it has been overgrown, okay? It is exaggerated, and they are what is termed as a people pleaser. They put other people's needs in front of their own. They say yes to favors even when they don't have the time or energy to do so. These people have that part of them that is too big and is hurting them as a whole. So that person needs to scale down that part, okay? So there are parts of you that perhaps you want to rid of or alter. There are parts of you that, yeah, you want to keep, but you want to scale down, or you want to make bigger, right? Like there may be a part of you that is confident in some situations, but you're not overall a confident person, and you want to become one because confidence will help you in every area of your life. And so you want to become an overall confident person, not just a confident person sometimes in certain situations. Completely doable, okay? Identify that part of you that is confident in those certain situations and speak to it, right? And what do I mean by speak to it? And again, it goes back to my other example, as if it were its own person, a different person from you, as if it was its own self, this part of you. Speak to it in a loving and kind and compassionate way. I know you feel so confident when you are around people that you already know, but I would also like to feel confident in new situations around people that I don't yet know. Okay? And so I would like you to express yourself in the same way. Okay? With loving compassion, you speak to this part. Okay? You don't go to this part and be like, why can't you just be confident all the time? You're confident sometimes, right? You don't speak to yourself that way, okay? And if you are not sure how to speak to yourself in a kind and compassionate way, as I once was unaware of how to do, imagine speaking to a child. If a child came to you and said, I'm confident sometimes, but I want to be confident all the time, how do I do that? Speak to yourself in the way you would then speak to that child. You wouldn't say to the child, well, if you're confident sometimes, you can probably just be confident all the time. I don't get why you're not getting this. No child is ever going to want to come back to you, okay? That child is going to be like traumatized because they asked for help and then you were mean, and then now they're not going to ask for help anymore. So think of yourself as this whole made up of all of these beautiful parts, good or bad, right? For better or for worse. And when you are feeling as a whole negative, or when you are feeling as a whole as if you are a failure or whatever, identify that part that is contributing. Speak to that part, alter that part, right? So that as a whole you can then feel better. And this can go the opposite way too, okay? I'm not just talking all negative here. When you're feeling amazing, when you are feeling overall confident, when you are feeling overall successful or accomplished, identify the part that contributed to that. When you're feeling overall accomplished, let's say, when you just got an A on a test, or you just gave this bomb speech in front of a ton of people, right? You're feeling pretty accomplished as a whole, as a person. Identify the part of you that has contributed most to that and praise it. Praise that part of you. Again, as if it was its own self outside of you, speak to that part. I am so proud of you. I can't believe that you exhibited enough confidence and bravery, right? The part of you that's brave, the part of you that's confident, to go in front of all those people and speak. Thank you so much for helping me do that. Thank you for helping us do that. That was amazing, right? Praise. So speak to yourself. Speak to these parts with love and kindness. Praise the ones you love. Help and heal the ones you don't. And feel better overall. Thank you.